Hi, beloveds. Can I share my view with you? This is my view. You see that? Got the water down there. I think I'm gonna go down and jump in the ocean in just a bit and enjoy. And I really felt called to speak to some things that have been in the field and some things that have been in my experience in supporting people. And you know, it's what I really want to bring to presence, especially with everything that's happening in the world right now, is how we get to be in full ownership, full radical responsibility of our experience, of anything that we see, and to own all of our thoughts, our feelings, our ideas, our perceptions, so that we are alchemizing and creating a different experience. And what it's really calling us to is it's calling us to more love. It's calling us to expand. Feeling everything gives us the opportunity to create a greater expansion, a greater capacity to receive even more. So when we deny ourselves of the gift of, you know, not fully taking radical responsibility of what's here for us, we're actually just denying ourselves of everything that we want. So we're having an experience and we say, that person did that to me, that was wrong, or we have ideas of what we think they're doing because they're assumptions and their projections, or that opinion isn't right, this is right. Anything that is in the field that is not, you see it out of love, you hear it out of love, you see all individuals and all experiences as God's self, as a reflection of you, and knowing you're a God, and that you are source energy, you set it all up for yourself. You created all of it for yourself. Everyone's just fulfilling your contracts and whatever you're looking for. And when you can see it and take ownership of it and say, I notice I have this idea, this assumption that that's what they meant to do, or that they shouldn't or shouldn't have done that, or that this was bad or wrong, that's all your stuff. It's not someone else's stuff. It's all your stuff. And so, you know, when we expect the other person to participate in our experience and say, you know, almost give them our drama, give them our shit, throw our ideas and our experiences and our thoughts and on them to say, this is what you did and should have been, etc. That actually is only buying into the matrix, that you're a victim, that you didn't choose it all, that you're missing the gold of why is this here? What is this here to teach me? What is right about this? You know, knowing you set it wouldn't be there if you didn't set it up for yourself. That's the silliness of it, is that when we know every single thing that has ever shown up in front of us is our greatest gift of our expansion and our ascension, why would we deny anything that is in front of us? Again, if we, as a parent, if we want to shield our children from experience and from anything happening to them, what if you knew that the experiences that they were, you know, that would happen to them were their greatest gifts of life, the greatest gifts to become aware of who they are, what they were passionate about. We hear, you know, people's greatest challenges, again, our core wounds become our core strengths. So anything in front of you that feels like a wound or a trigger or painful or hurtful is not for you to buy into continually as a wound. It's actually just that pain for you to pay attention inside now, to really get clear with what it's teaching you, what it's there for, that it can be alchemized, that it becomes your greatest strength. So it's so interesting that we have these things right in front of us that are our gifts of gold. They're our gifts to evolve and expand and ascend and become more love and light, receive more abundance, more bliss, more pleasure, more love. And when we're denying them by seeing them as anything else, and by not taking radical responsibility and witnessing them as out of appreciation. Again, when we come from expectation, attachments or expectations, having attachments that others should show up a certain way or should, you know, have a different experience so that we feel better. That's codependency, my loves. That the world should be a different way so that we feel safe. That's codependency, my loves. You are the source of your own experience. And so until we're willing to take radical responsibility, and just catch, if you ever want to project onto anyone, to assume anything, or to have anything be dependent on outside of you, it will continue to show up for you until you are willing to own for yourself everything that you've created in your life. The thoughts you're having about it, the words you're speaking about it, where you're putting your energy, if you're gossiping or talking or you know, not being in full integrity up front in all situations, that's just going to keep coming back into your space until you learn. It really makes life chaotic until you come to that place. You know, it's beautiful in my recent experiences. It's been so glorious to experience seeing how things could easily go to drama, how we can create drama and struggles and suffering, and sacrifice in our life, all a choice. And how I'm like, I would just have no desire to go to drama. But my old program would have wanted to create some separation or some distance, or, like almost like out of an idea to protect myself in certain things. And it was like, that just doesn't make any sense. That's just, why would I do that? Like, let me just feel all that's here. What do I get to learn from this? Literally nothing is bad or wrong. Everything is honored. Everything is beautiful and divine. And in my wholeness, I can own all of my feelings, all of my thoughts, all of my experiences. And it's for me to own and cleanse and alchemize, not for anyone else to even participate in, unless I get to have a conversation to clear or cleanse something with someone. But to ever think that it's someone else needs to change or should not have done something differently. And so that's what's so beautiful is, even when something shows up and it looks like it could be something from the past, know this is your opportunity to respond differently. And when we want to react like we would have done in the past, all we're doing is saying to the universe, it's really just the universe saying, hey, are you sure? Like, are you sure you really want this? Because you've always chosen that or believed you were only worthy of that. And so I'm just asking, I'm not really sure. Just give me a clear sign. And so shit shows up on that edge of that comfort zone to say, hey, wait, is this really where you're going? And when you smile and you soften and you love and you lean in and you embrace, thank you. Wow, thank you for allowing me to see what else is here that gets me alchemized and healed. And this is what I want now. This is how I'm choosing to respond. This is my conscious response versus an unconscious reaction. Then guess what? You move through that comfort zone and you can receive even more. And things don't have to be dramatic or struggle or suffering. You have an opportunity to learn through bliss and joy and peace and harmony and love and, abundance. And all of those things are available to learn and grow in. And because you are a glorious, worthy being of your experience, you also have a choice to learn through disempowerment, sacrifice, suffering, hardship, struggle, pain. It's all available, my loves. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be one or the other. We feel all the things. And when we fully are able to feel and be with all things, when you realize, it just expands you. It gives you so much more capacity. So I really felt a beautiful recognition of that in this last little bit as things showed up in my field, that just literally, like, I had a greater expansion for all emotions, all things, all experiences, and owning my wholeness. And this is truly it, becoming an integrated, embodied wholeness soul, or an integrated embodied soul. There we go. That's how I say it. Just in your wholeness, being that, it's so simple and easy. There is nothing but peace and love and joy. And when things show up, you just feel it fully and apply peace and love and joy. And you get to continue to expand to receiving even so much more, my love. So just that can apply in, finding forgiveness, which creates understanding. It's the bridge. Again, it's like, if I can find forgiveness for my thought or story that it should have been different or anything like that, what I'm actually doing is having understanding as to that I could also be that and do that. And anything that I'm projecting or seeing on someone else is also what I haven't healed and loved. It's only why it's my reflection. So there's so many layers I could continue to go on this. The point of this is to recognize that we are here. Everything is coming up right now because we're going from 3D through the 4D of cleansing and clearing to be able to arrive at the 5D, where we literally, karma doesn't exist, pain and struggle doesn't exist. We're just operating in our highest state of frequency and consciousness. And so these beautiful things that are popping up like crazy for everyone is just gifts showing you what else gets to be healed and loved. And all that's required is you take radical responsibility of everything in your world, and you lean into that you cleanse and clear it, and your world just gets lighter and greater and lighter and greater and lighter and greater. You don't have to stay in the struggle, my loves. The struggle is the illusion. So I want to give you that beautiful opportunity to see and witness and just tune into where that could be applying in your life, and however anything is showing up that isn't taking full responsibility and being whole and complete on your own in the wholeness that you are. I love you so much. Mwah.